Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Now, it's Thursday, but it also happens to be National Superhero Day. So Miko is sporting his Spider-Man suit while we talk about the madness in the multiverse. Doctor Strange's new movie is coming out next week. And this will be our last video about this until the movie comes out. So let's dive into everything I want to see happen. And then you can let me know what you want to see happen in the comments. So let's jump right into it. Alright everyone, so first off, it's no secret that Xavier is going to be in the movie, but which version of Xavier are we getting? A lot of people are saying that due to the fact that we see the wheelchair that we see, the little floating wheelchair, that it could be from the cartoon, the X-Men cartoon. And I kind of hope it is, because that cartoon was an absolute classic, and how cool would it be to have that whole thing become canon? That would be really cool and really epic. Plus, I argumentatively will tell you that I do believe that that is the best Wolverine we've gotten. I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and if they announce tomorrow that he is in this movie, I would be thrilled to death. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in this movie. A lot of things that they have told us definitively, and a lot of things that they have not told us could still very well be intact. Keep in mind that this movie is supposed to have a crazy amount of cameos and fights and just utter insane stuff going on. So it's going to be super cool. But it would be awesome if the Uncanny X-Men cartoon was now canon. And this could very well be the case because we are getting a new season of that cartoon. It's being revised on Disney Plus. So I'm super pumped about the idea that that could potentially be happening, although a lot of people have speculated that that is not the truth. They've speculated that this version of Professor X is simply another version of Professor X that lives in a dimension that's very close to that reality. Okay, I'll take that too. With Sam Raimi directing this movie, it's potentially possible we will see Bruce Campbell. We do know he's supposed to be in the movie, but the rumor has it that his scenes have been cut. I really hope his scenes haven't been cut. I would actually like to see him go into a movie theater and Bruce Campbell is the usher. The reason, he was the usher in one of the Spider-Man movies way back in the day that Sam Raimi did, and I think that would be a nice little payoff. I would be super pumped to see that as a thing going on. Now, I know that people want Bruce Campbell in the movie, but if Bruce Campbell's scenes have gotten cut, then I hope sitting next to one of the dark magic books is the Book of the Dead. If that could just be in the background somewhere, it'd be super funny, and I'd get a kick out of it. I'm sure lots of fans of Sam Raimi and a lot of horror fans in general would get an absolute kick out of that. After all, if Annabelle can be in an Aquaman movie, then the Book of the Dead can certainly be in a Doctor Strange one. Now another thing is that the footage has shown repeatedly this really well-lit figure, and a lot of people at first thought this was Iron Man. It turns out, of course, that it's an alternate version of Captain Marvel. It's actually Maria Rambeau. And that's cool. But here's the thing. If Maria Rambeau is going to be in the movie, I also do want to see Brie Larson's Captain Marvel in the movie. Now, I know that may not be a popular opinion, but you are showing an alternate version of a character. For every living version of a character that makes it into this movie, I would like to see them face off against their alternate. In other words, if Iron Man was alive, I'd like to see him in the movie if we get another version of Iron Man. We already know that Wanda faces off against Wanda because the previews actually show us 2 different versions of Wanda and a couple different versions of Doctor Strange. For me, if we're going to have this really big epic fight scene, I want to see some other people pop up, some characters that have movies up and coming after this. It would be really cool to see Captain Marvel come in and maybe not like this other Captain Marvel. Maybe they fight, or maybe she sees that this alternate version of her is on the same page and they fight together, which would be really cool against the evil version of Wanda, because it seems as though the evil version of Wanda is going to be the big bad. I kind of, in a way, hope that they give us something else as an alternative as well. I know there's a big monster that's supposed to be Shumagorath, but they can't call it Shumagorath because of copyright, because Shumagorath actually belongs to the Conan franchise. And they can't get rights to that at the moment to actually call him Shumagorath. So, oops on that. But there are plenty of other big Marvel villains that could potentially pop up here. Some that we plan on seeing again soon. With the last Spider-Man movie, we know that sometimes leaks happen that are proven to be incredibly true. And the one leak that has been persistent is that John Krasinski is going to be playing Mr. Fantastic. And this could lead to the Fantastic Four movie, although it's been rumored that he will not play Mr. Fantastic in the Fantastic Four movie. So I don't know what to make of that as a rumor. Would I doubt that they could potentially bring him in and have him do this as a cameo? No, not after the last Spider-Man movie. Nor will I say that Tom Cruise isn't playing an alternative version of Iron Man. Maybe that's why we haven't seen this footage, because those two are indeed in the movie. Maybe we've even seen footage of them and just don't know we have. The reason I say that this could be a thing is because we all know what happened with Lizard Man in the Spider-Man movie. And the idea of having all of these characters in one place at one time would be very, very cool. I did state, though, that anybody who is living in the MCU, I do want to see them actually face off against their double, because I think that would be fun, it would be fair, it would help to move the MCU forward in so many ways. Now, the plot of the movie is actually very simple. Wanda wants America Chavez to help her get her children back is the going premise that we've been hearing. And while I do hope that Wanda is not the big bad in the movie, having her as the big bad is okay as long as Wanda in the end does get her children back. I would love to see our version of Wanda actually get the children back, and maybe even see White Vision show up at the end for them to have a sort of somewhat happy ending. Potentially even one thing that I want that would be way, way far out there is, why not have White Vision have been hiding out this whole time? Why not have it to where he has made a family of his own, to mirror the family that Wanda made? This could lead to the Vision comics that used to be a thing where he had an entire family. Most notably because everyone in that family died except for Viv Vision. And Viv Vision would be a very nice thing to add to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. As they are trying to make kind of this young Avenger, she would be a nice add-on to that. Or potentially, if later on they want to make another movie with another group, we could potentially get a few other groups that she has been a part of. So, I'd like to see that. I wouldn't even mind a Vision show dealing with his family in the future. And that would be really fun too. So that's kind of some of the things that have me excited about this movie. Potential little things that could, maybe should happen. But if they don't, I'm not going to be majorly disappointed because I'm going into this movie trying to have a nice clean slate. Not focusing on what I should see, but focusing on what I do see. So we have a week to discuss this film. So leave us a comment in the comment box. What do you think's going to happen? What do you want to see happen? YouTube likes it when you leave a comment, and we like to hear from you. Also, don't forget to share this video with all of your friends so they get the same great content you get. We talk about all things fandom, and we talk about them in a positive way, and there's just not enough of that on YouTube. So Miko says also that we need more subscribers, and this little face wouldn't lie to you. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single video. You don't want to disappoint Miko. And remember one other thing, friends. The world can be a crazy and dangerous place. And at the end of the day, there's one bright thing that you can always count on. And that's family. And fandom is family.